I'm going to share something with you that is so simple and yet so important when it comes to your manifestation journey. And if you practice this, this is really going to massively help you, not only with manifesting more beautiful things into your life, but also with your general mental well-being, your mental health and your happiness on a day-to-day basis. So I do this with my aligned students every time we meet up on a group coaching call. In fact, it's usually one of the first things I do, one of the first things I guide them through when we jump on the call. So I encourage them to check in with exactly how they are feeling right now without any judgment. Because I know sometimes in the manifestation space, there can almost be this not so healthy habit of thinking, I've got to be positive all the time. And while it is absolutely true that the higher vibration that we are on and the happier and more full of love and joy and peace we are, the more we will experience things that reflect that back to us, the more that we will feel like life flows to us, okay? But it is not advisable to feel guilty when you feel not high vibe. And it is not advisable to ignore or suppress any negative emotions in the name of trying to keep your vibe high. So instead, this is why I have this totally different approach, which is about actually listen to how you're feeling. Check in. Sometimes I even call it, let's do a 2-word check-in. If you could find 2 words that describe how you're feeling right now, what would they be? And feel free to comment them below this video to just acknowledge yourself and give yourself that moment of acknowledgement of, you know what, without judgment, today I am feeling this and that. The first benefit of doing this is that you will actually, in this moment right now, take back control and get a sense of what you are radiating energetically in this moment. And then with that information, you can support yourself and do something about it. So say, for example, if you identify that you're actually feeling quite anxious and stressed right now, then wonderful, you've suddenly identified it, you've brought awareness to it, you're witnessing it, rather than if you don't do that, sometimes the whole day can just pass you by and that anxiety and stress has been living in your body, affecting every decision that you make, every action that you take. It's not good for your actual physical body. The cortisol levels are staying high, the muscles are getting more and more tense, your immune system is being compromised. All of these things that are a result of being in that stress and anxiety and neglecting doing anything about it. Now, it's important to acknowledge here, and this is why I keep saying without judgment, we as humans, we all have multiple moods. We're all gonna sometimes feel wonderful and sometimes feel like absolute crap. But the more you can get into a practice, ideally several times a day, multiple times a day, of actually listening to how you feel, then you can do something about it. So once you've identified it, then it's about asking yourself, almost like taking from your own little spiritual health menu, what do I need right now? I've identified that I'm feeling this and this. What can I do to best support myself, to be here for myself, and to help myself to feel even better? So it might look like pausing and taking 10 slow, deep breaths. When in doubt, stop and breathe. This is always one of my go-to things that helps me to regulate my nervous system, to come back to my body, to come back to the present moment, to find peace wherever I am, even if it's a chaotic moment, to reduce those anxiety levels, to lower those cortisol levels. Just the power of breathing deeply is so often forgotten and underestimated. It could look like taking 10 deep breaths. It could look like changing your physiology. Maybe if you've been sat on the sofa scrolling or sat at your computer working, get up, go outside, put on some music, move your body. Yeah, do some stretching, do some dancing, whatever it might look like. Maybe you feel like it would be beneficial to speak kindly to yourself, to be that friend for yourself and just say a few kind, supportive words to yourself in that moment. Lucie, I can see that you're feeling a little bit anxious and overwhelmed right now. It's okay. I'm so proud of you. All is well. It's all gonna work out. You can figure it out. But right now, you're safe. In this moment, you're safe. Let's pause. Let's take some deep breaths. And I'm really proud of you and I acknowledge you for the fact that today you've done this and this and this. You know, just a few kind, comforting words like the best friend that you need, the mother figure, the father figure that you might be craving. The important thing to remember is that we should be, we get to be that best friend, that parental figure to ourselves, to our inner child every single day. Now, can you imagine if this self-acknowledgement, this self-support, this self-love, this self-care became a part of your day-to-day way of living? Let me tell you what will happen when you do, okay? This will drastically improve any kind of manifestation journey that you are on. If you've been, so far up until now when it comes to manifestation, thinking about, okay, what technique should I do? Should I write a scripting letter right now? Should I sit down and visualize my dreams another time? Should I, listen to affirmations? All of those things can be a wonderful help. But if you are not taking care of how you feel in your body, if you are neglecting how you are energetically, and if you are also just disconnected from it, like unaware of how you're feeling, then trying to do all of these techniques is a little bit futile, really, because the most important part of manifesting a totally different life for ourselves is about our relationship with self, is about how well we are taking care of our energy, is about how connected we are to ourselves and therefore to the world around us, the present moment, source energy. It will help us to feel regulated in our nervous system, which helps us to feel safe to move forwards, helps you to feel loved enough and good enough to allow yourself to receive the blessings that you want. And I feel so passionate about sharing this message because it needs to be shared. When I have one-to-one calls, when I welcome new people into my aligned community, I come across all the time people who've been trying so hard, working so hard, studying manifestation maybe for years, and they've tried every technique under the sun, but they still feel like they're stuck, or like something's missing, or like they're able to manifest things but then they can't sustain it, or they've been able to manifest things in quite a lot of areas in their life, but then there might be one area in their life where they just cannot get unstuck, or so it feels like. They feel like they can't get unstuck. And then once I work with them, almost always it comes down to the fact that there is some emotional or subconscious block. There is a lack of self-support and self-love going on. They are functioning out of a stress, fight or flight state instead of feeling grounded and calm and at peace in their body. And they've been just neglecting themselves to a point where that is why they don't feel ready for or safe for the next level in some way or another. Or it's why they've felt like they've been in a pattern of neglecting less than what they want and what they deserve, because they've been giving themselves less than what they want and what they deserve. So I hope this reminder was valuable for you. The good news is the way that you can do this can be so simple, like from the examples that I shared in this video. And by the way, you're not limited to the examples I shared in this video. Anything that you feel would make you and your inner child feel good, anything that would better support your energy and well-being today, create your own menu of high vibe tools. I've actually created something inside of Align called the High Vibe Toolkit, because I feel like every day you might want or need something different. And of course, that makes sense, right? We're not the same every day. We don't feel the same every day. So let me know if you found this video valuable. I trust that this reached you in divine timing. If you would like to join us inside of Align, I will put the link down below for you to join the wait list. If you would like to join something today, then I encourage you to dive into the 21-day Release the Blocks challenge. It is the perfect place to start. I will guide you through short, bite-sized lessons for 21 days, just about 10 minutes on average per day. And it's all carefully designed to help you to transform your energy, your mindset, to rewire your subconscious mind to be working for you so that you can start seeing different results from the life that you're living. So I'll put the link down below in the description for that as well. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. Until next time, bye!